After 10 years of being underpaid, overworked, and ignored, I finally quit. But my boss thought he could trap me with a non-compete. What he didn't realize was that I had all the cards, and I was about to deal them in a way he would never forget. If you love watching someone take control and serve justice with precision, hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, comment your favorite revenge story, and watch as I turn 9 years of frustration into a masterclass in poetic justice. Let's dive in. I started as a field service tech over 2 decades ago, back when office equipment still rattled and screeched in ways modern machines would never dare. Copiers, faxes, printers, phone systems, you name it, I fixed it. My career began humbly in a local company that had cornered the market because the nearest name brand store was 40 minutes over a mountain. Pre-Amazon days, folks relied on local service, and we delivered, literally. 2 years in, the company merged with others, and suddenly, PCs, networking, and dial-up internet were added to my plate. I was the kind of person who learned fast because, well, I had to. My boss, Dick, had started as the lead tech, now manager, and he knew his customers by name. Our philosophy was simple. If it's in an office, we can handle it. Security cameras, network cabling, alarms, you asked, I figured it out. For almost a decade, I ran the technical side solo. I clocked 3,000 miles a month, worked 50, 60 hours a week, often making less than 10 hour after overtime. I asked for a raise to match my hours and skill level. Dick promised we'd talk. 2 months later, nothing. Then came the Lifeline, a manufacturing plant for medical equipment offering real pay, benefits, and respect. I jumped at it. The new job promised a standard schedule, overtime pay, paid vacation, everything I had been denied. When I put in my 2 weeks, Dick panicked. He couldn't fathom losing me, the only tech who actually knew how to run the company's complex operations. He tried every tactic, begging, guilt-tripping, threatening. "You're quitting? Why didn't you say something?" "I did. You ignored me. I'm giving my 2-week notice." By the time I left, I had negotiated every detail. Morning hours, pay at the new job's rate, cell phone transferred to me, all company tools in my possession while consulting only within my allotted hours. And yes, he made me sign a non-compete for 3 years. I signed. I was free. But little did Dick know I had anticipated everything. About a year later, the call came. One of Dick's largest clients, a women's abuse center, needed urgent help. They had changed personnel and required door codes reset, remote camera access, and network adjustments. A critical security risk. Dick called me expecting me to bend. "I need you to help out," he said, voice trembling like he knew he was cornered. I calmly laid out the truth. I was legally barred by the non-compete. I could not touch his clients. His panic was palpable. He tried bribery. He offered 150-day consulting. I laughed. For a fraction of the cost, he was already paying armed security, temporary techs, and scrambling. I said, "Sorry, my hands are tied, legally." Click, blocked. Internally, I was giddy. The sense of control, the satisfaction, it was electric. Every detail of the system I had installed years prior, the backups, the passwords, the hidden partitions, I had meticulously documented, but I had also protected myself. If Dick's new guy couldn't handle it, well, let's just say the phrase malicious compliance was about to get its moment. 2 days later, Dick's replacement called, fumbling through the systems I had painstakingly set up. "Where's the backup folder?" he asked, utterly clueless. "Which drive are you looking at?" I inquired. No, wait. It's asking for a disk." "Ah, yes." The young tech had upgraded Windows, wiped the partitions, and voila, the data was gone. The secrets, the setup instructions, the configuration, everything I had organized for security and efficiency had vanished. I could almost hear Dick screaming in my head. When he called me, frantic and red-faced, "I was told you need to talk to me about the abuse center." "Oh, I already told them." "But there's a problem," I said, relishing the pause. "It's gone." "What do you mean, gone?" "The backups were on the laptop. Your kid upgraded it to Windows 10, deleted the partitions, and, well, you're now in a very interesting predicament." He sputtered, tried to threaten me with legal action. I simply reminded him. The device was mine. I destroyed personal backups. and the non-compete barred me from helping his clients anyway. Legally, untouchable. Meanwhile, I had already ensured the abuse center would be okay. They had my detailed instructions, laminated and glued to the systems, and I directed them to contingency solutions if Dick couldn't handle it. Moral satisfaction and a warm glow of karmic irony. Priceless. Dick was forced to hire expensive on-site techs and additional security to comply with the contract. His failure to resolve the issues on time triggered the exact clauses we had negotiated years before. If unresolved within 3 days, he was liable for any resulting costs. The result? Nearly 6 figures in damages, settlement out of court, humiliation, and a fractured personal life. His store was sold, the business downsized, and last I heard he was working in Texas at a furniture outlet. His wife? Gone. His empire? Crumbled. I, meanwhile, moved on, vindicated and fully aware of the poetic symmetry. Justice served meticulously with a cold smile. Some call it karma. Some call it clever planning. I call it standing firm, knowing your value, and letting consequences fall where they may. Sometimes, the universe gives you a stage, and all you have to do is step into it. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? Drop it in the comments below. Hit, like if you enjoyed watching this guy get exactly what he deserved. Subscribe for more stories where patience, strategy, and a little malicious compliance make justice not just served, but deliciously earned.